Hey Radiant Souls, it's Kasheera. Welcome back to my channel. So today I actually wanted to share with you guys a little bit about my ancestry journey. It's been something that I've been really diving into lately, especially with the whole African American, Native American thing. So I feel like it's so easy to become obsessive, especially like if you're like me and you just love like researching and finding out stuff. Yes, it can become kind of obsessive, but oh my gosh, you guys, I have the funniest story about how I found so much information on my ancestors. So okay, so anyway, ancestry.com, I started a tree on there, and I've been talking to my grandmom to kind of get more information on our family and our relatives. So I had her log in, and she was able to actually add a lot of relatives. So I was really excited about that, because her family, you know, like when you say like, oh, my mom had like 10 kids, her mom had like 15 kids, they were having a lot of kids. So I was so happy that my grandma was able to, you know, fill in like a lot of those blanks, so that, like, honestly, your family is just going to be so integral to how much information that you can get yourself. So on my dad's mom's side, I have a lot of information, but on my mom's side, not as much. But I'm really proud of all the information I've gathered on my mom's side. I'm at my dad's mom's side. So I just wanted to say that outside of just like doing the searches on ancestry.com, I randomly decided to type in one of my ancestors' names into Google. And when I did that, you guys, I saw this old picture come up, and for a second I was like, okay, there's no way I could just put my ancestor's name in Google and I would actually see a picture of one of my ancestors. But you guys, that's exactly what happened. I saw this picture here, and this was my ancestor, Addie Murphy Mallory. This was my grandmom's grandmom, you guys. So, oh my gosh, when I saw this, I was like, is this really my grandmom's grandmom? Like, I was so excited to call my grandmom and tell her, like, grandmom. I sent her some pictures through email, and I was like, is this your grandmom? And she's like, oh my God, that is my grandmom. And it was just such an awesome moment. First of all, my grandma and I, we both had the same birthday, and we both love researching, you guys. We are so into this kind of stuff. So, yeah, but when she saw it, and then, okay. So this picture came up through another website called findagrave.com. I believe that's the name of the website. And also on that website, you can find a lot of connected relatives. So it'll say her name, and then it'll also say, I just saw a crow. Guys, there's something about crows. I'm telling you. They're I don't know. It's something magical about crows. But anyway, yes, so I saw, oh right, so the names, like you'll see her name, and then you'll see her husband, and you'll see her siblings, and you'll see her children, and they all have links, so you can click on them. So guys, I was able to find so many pictures of my ancestors, and I sent them all to my grandma. My grandma was so hyped. You guys, I feel like I'm the type of person that will, like, I would literally do this. You could pay me to help you figure out more about your family, because that's how much I love it. I could be on Ancestry all day. So yes, you guys, when I did that, I was able to find out so much about their family. You know, with the census records, you get to see how they lived, where they lived, how big, did they own their farm? Well, did they live on a farm? Did they have a house? Did they own their farm? So I was able to find out so much information. I just feel like it's so valuable. I'm not the only one in my family, but out of my siblings, I feel like I'm the only one that's like super interested in my own ancestry. So I feel like I'm like the chosen one, you know, to remember our ancestors and celebrate them, and like maybe make like a little beautiful book, you know, with just your family's history. I just think that that's so cool. I have gotten so far, and I'm really excited to find out more. I do feel like I came up on some blocks. Like, I'm like, you know, I go up to a certain extent. Or sometimes you add people to your tree and you realize if it's not really correlating with other people's trees, like say if you got a grandparent, but on another person's tree, even though the names are the same, maybe their parents are different. They're listed as different than the parents you put on your tree. So I do think that it can be kind of frustrating because you may think that you have the right name or the right parents, and then it might just not be adding up. And sometimes, like, because they were having so many kids back in the day, it's like you look at all the names, you're like, wait. Because you can have literally like 2 families on one person and be like, oh wait, I combined them and I shouldn't have. But I really feel like it's so worth it. I really want to know. I want to know so much more about my ancestors, you guys. And I feel like I don't even think that I could do it all from here. I'm in Los Angeles. My family's from Virginia. I need to go to Virginia, you guys. Like, I need to go and find out as much as I can. I want to know where my ancestors went to school. I want to know how they got land. I want to know whether or not they were ever slaves. Because when I asked my grandmom, and I was asking her about slavery, and I was like, well, did your family ever talk about slaves? And the first thing my grandma said was, she's like, I don't think my family were ever slaves. And I was like, really? And then she eventually said something like, maybe if they were ashamed to talk about it. Yeah, so on my granddad's side, his dad's mom was actually Irish. And a lot of people don't know that the Irish were, a lot of times they were brought over as indentured servants. They were kind of on the same kind of status level as a lot of black people, a lot of the Indians. So I think that there's definitely more to explore there. But anyway, her last name was Scott, and when I was talking to my granddad about it, or no, when I was talking to my grandma, because, you know, they were married, she was saying that that in the past they were saying that she was related to like the Scott's tissue paper company. So I was like, wow, that's really interesting. I tried to do as much research as I could on that, but I really couldn't find out. I really couldn't get any like clear information. And sometimes when you're talking to some of your grandparents, like they may not remember a lot of things. So you just got to keep pushing, you know. But yeah, I absolutely love the whole journey of genealogy, and I think it's so important because I think a lot of times with history, like, yeah, you can have people try to tell you your history, but each family has their own individual history, and honestly, like, it's not the same. And there's a lot of stuff that you won't be able to find out unless you actually talk to your people. So I encourage you, if you are on your genealogy journey, to just talk to your family, find out as much information as possible. And yeah, don't give up, because I'm telling you, I mean, it's such a proud feeling to just have so much information on your ancestry.com family tree. Yes, you guys, so that is what I wanted to share. If you've been on your own genealogy ancestry journey, definitely share your experience. Like, is there any tips or tricks that you found that like really helped you get further than most people? Because I'm telling you guys, I'm at a dead end on some of them, and I'm like, I just wish that you could just pay one fee and have access to it for life, but I guess they wouldn't make as much money. Because I feel like some months I'm not even on there, and I'm like, I don't need to pay this month. But I mean, it's such a great tool to even be able to compile your family tree and to make a book if you want to out of it. I just think that's awesome. And I think it means a lot, especially to the elders in our family, like for their, you know, grandkids to show an interest in who their parents were and who their grandparents were. Like, I just think it's really important. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Much love. Peace.